Hello garden lovers, I hope you're well. In today's video I'm going to show you my colour combinations for planting companions for roses. So first of all, I think we should look at some pink roses because I think the majority of the roses are pink, and there are lots of companions which I think are suitable for this colour palette. So looking here, you can see south-seeded foxgloves. They're really welcome in the garden and really good for wildlife, bees, they love it. And they come in colours of pinks and purples and anything in between. And as you can see, I'm just going to show you, all the colours here are very complementary. So when we look at the colour wheel, let me show you the colour wheels. The colours next to each other complement. The colours opposite also complement. And we have here shades of pink. This one here is, I showed in my last video. This is Adorable Parfuma, also known as Carmen Worth, as well as many other names. Part of the Cordes Parfuma collection, very, very healthy. And we have some foxgloves. We have also, look, like I said, they're loved by bees. We have here Elizabeth. It's been blooming for a long, long time, very prolific, really, really pretty, very upright, looks straight up to the sky. That is Elizabeth. And the one we were looking at earlier is called Ancient Mariner. Really lovely mid-pink rose with good fragrance. Now what I have here with this pink roses, this is lamb's ears. A nice pink flowers, but the standout would be the foliage, very grey, silvery foliage. And some geraniums that are quite vivid in colour, which makes contrast with all the pinks. We have a clematis. Not quite sure what that name is. Maybe some Warsaw Nike or something. I'm not quite sure. But let me show you the inside. Let's have a look. This is Mill on the Floss again. And Fur Elise. I do have some, I can't remember what they're called, but this is the pomegranate. This is a pink version. We have Nautier. Gorgeous. And let me show you. We have some gorgeous delphiniums. Look at that in the early evening light. Really, really gorgeous. And let me see. We have a flowering pink carpet here, sprawling everywhere. It's Nigella. I think it's Love in the Mist. Oh my goodness, I have a flock of birds flying over me. And this lovely seed heads, almost alien-like looking, but very, very pretty. Gives a nice structure to the border. Let me see, and this is Salvia Amistad. It gives a really nice tall punctuation to this border. Let me see what we have here. We have, this is Timeless Purple. So this is some of the flowers I grow in my pink border. Now we shall look at some companion planting for yellow roses. yellow and blue go very well together, so I'm going to show you some plants that are here in this bed. We have here a David Austin rose called Country Parsons. It's not very tall, only not even 2 feet tall, I think. Quite wild looking. The foliage is very matte and the buds are very fern-like. Got good fragrance as well, but very thorny. This is Country Parsons, and grown with that is, well, it's supposed to be bluish purple, but it's still good, still a nice color combo there. This is lupins, and with that behind her is some lilies I've grown in a pot, because I don't like to grow lilies in the ground. I lose them and they get eaten by slugs. So what I do is I grow them in a pot like this, and then when they are ready to flower, I just place them in situ. It's a little bit of a cheat, but it works. And we have foxgloves again. Now I've pulled out some pink foxgloves that were here, only allowing the white ones to grow. So that's a white foxglove there with a rose called Vanessa Bell, a very creamy yellow rose. We've got some buds on the way, and growing with that is some white astrantias. That's white and green. And we have a climber here. Look how gorgeous that is. This is quite several days old now. When it blooms, it just glows. This is a climber from David Austin called the Pilgrim. Very, very lovely. And we have here, this is Rhapsody in Blue. There's never a blue rose, but they try. They try. Below that we have Geranium Roseanne. Lovely, very vigorous, healthy ground cover plant. Fantastic in lots of different aspects. And behind that we have a campanula. It's very bell-shaped plants. Along that is a bit washed in the sunlight there. This is Timeless Cream. This is such a vigorous rose. Look at that, all that growth. And there's one behind there as well. Super, oh my goodness, look at this cane. That is part of the Timeless collection. This is Timeless Cream. Behind that we have Hydrangea Annabelle. The flowers are green at the moment, like lime green, but it does open to white. It just fades to white at a later stage. That's a lovely plant for shade. And we have Echinops, which is not quite there yet. Some blue flowers down here. And again, it's a Love in the Mist, Nigella. Beautiful. Look at that. And then we have the yellow rose called Julia Child, or Absolutely Fabulous. So these are some of the colour combinations I have in my border here. It's whites, yellows and blues. Now we're going to show you my hot border. So very vibrant, zingy colours. This one is grown in the pot, not quite in the border, but still the same colour family. This is a little bit faded in the sun. This is Heidi Glum. When the flowers open, it really is very, very vivid purple plum colour. And one of my favourites had bloomed. This is the beautiful Munstead Wood, and I'm very glad to say I have a couple of new canes there. Woohoo! Lovely, look at that intensity of colour. That is so gorgeous. Discontinued sadly. And we have a red one here, a climber. It's called, by Cordair, it's called Sympathy. Astromeria Indian Summer. And then we have these daylilies that have yet to open. These are orangey red, which goes nicely with this colour palette here. Now with this hot border, you have the opposite of the spectrum with the oranges and the purples. There are no pastels here. All the colours have to be the same intensity to make this work. It would not work with any pastel peach or pale pinks. It has to have a very strong colour to be able to complement this border. So you see this is Salvia, I have trouble pronouncing this. This is a Dutch word, Naflinda. I hope I've pronounced it correctly. See, it goes really nicely with this colours, and it picks up on this clematis that I have here. So they are just as bright as each other. I'm supposed to have an orange rose here. Let me see. That's yet to bloom. I have a yellow rose here. It's only a baby, but when it blooms, it would complement this area very nicely. So that is my vibrant hot border. I'm going to finish with this video with a look at the I think the most difficult one to put right. I'm going to show you my planting combinations for tan roses. Now these tan roses is as tan as I am. So these tan roses are very unusual. I've actually only got one in bloom at the moment. So there are 3 roses here. So this one is Coco Loco, and it's only a baby plant. I only bought it a few months ago as a potted rose, and the blooms are very, very open and very lovely. This is also planted bare root just this winter. This is a tan rose, Mocha Rosa. It's tan latte colour, but it has this violet in the centre, but it opens very, very tan, more tan than Coco Loco. And along this we have one that's on her second flush. This is a rose called Distant Drums. And actually I have a cutting here to show you that is actually in flower. This is actually quite tan in the centre, but has a very mauve outer petals. So this is a cutting, but I just thought I'd put it together because I don't actually have a bloom to show you. Now this is very difficult to put together the colours, but I will try my best. So I got these 2 new plants a few days ago. I have yet to pop them up. Now this one is called Verbascum, and I think these muted purples, lilacs, picks up the tones on the distant drums and also picks up the tones on the Mocha Rosa and also the Coco Loco if it was in flower. And I also think this burnt brownish one here is this one here. I've never grown this before, but looking at the pictures, I think the colours will complement it very nicely. It has a sort of burnt orange brown, like a foxglove kind of shape, which I think picks up all these colours, makes it pop a little. So that would be a lovely combo. Now another one that we have here, this is grown in the ground next to the smoke bush and the but we're not going to look at that actually. No, we're not going to look at that. We're just going to look at this one here. This is Persicaria Red Dragon. It's quite a vigorous rose given the right location, but I planted it here in a very shady spot and trying to keep it contained. But as you can see, I put my wood burner as like a feature. It brings out these moody colours. And this red leaf here really picks up on the red, the burgundy red of distant drums as it grows. So the whole thing is quite moody and very, very modern, I think. I think something else we can include would be this heuchera leaves. You see there, that brown tone, that dark burnt tone. That is going to go really, really well with these colours here. Unfortunately, they're not in bloom, so we can't see the full effect. But I hope you can use your imagination and see what I'm trying to get at. So give these combinations a go and let me know how you get on. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.